Hi, I'm Laura Hill, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a tricky topic. That's a tongue twister. Friendship in the workplace. Good idea, bad idea, or a disaster waiting to happen. Well, in my 45 years in both corporate America and in a family business, I can tell you I would never form a friendship in the workplace. I've seen too many other people get burned in those kind of relationships. And when I was much younger, in my 30s or so, I made a few mistakes along the way. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and drop a comment and let us know about your experience forming a friendship in the workplace. So, everyone comes into the job market, into the workplace with different goals. That we have to establish because you never know what the person in the office next to you or in the cubby next to you or the person who works the same shift as you don't necessarily know what is their ultimate goal in the workplace. So there are a lot of unknowns because the workplace is a bubble, right? You talk about the same people that you work with. There's always the office drama, the office gossip. Who's the new boss going to be? Why did so-and-so get fired? At the end of the day, when you walk in the front door of your place of work, the world kind of changes. It's very insular. And so you have to come at it being extremely reasonable and honest with yourself about what role does your job play in your real life. Now, women, we like connections. Couple that with the fact that when we're working outside of the home, whether it's a paying job or it's a volunteer job that you're heavily involved with, it doesn't leave a lot of extra time to make friends, right? So for many women who want connections, who crave connections, which we, for the most part, do quite naturally, the workplace almost provides a bit of a petri dish, right? We're all there together. We're all sharing the same goals, working on the same projects, have the same kind of day-to-day experience. We do lunch together. We may grab coffee together. Some people go so far as to go out after work and have a drink together, which is absolutely something I say never, ever do. But I get that sometimes you do have to do things after work for clients. But always be very cautious with having other people around, because what tends to happen is there are 3 or 4 people from the office that grab lunch. Next thing you know, it's just 2 people because they want to talk about that 3rd or 4th person, or they want to whisper and keep it, whatever the topic is, just between them. So next thing you know, you're spending time with 1 other person instead of 3 or 4 other person, and that quite naturally starts to bleed out into your personal life away from work. It's very difficult to navigate, but you do need to know, what role does your job play in your life? What is your ultimate goal? Because it's our livelihood. And if something goes wrong, if we by accident get caught up in the office drama, or the person who we've become friendly with, maybe we've shared things with them we probably shouldn't have shared. Maybe we said a few things we shouldn't have said. What if all of a sudden we're up for the same promotion? What if all of a sudden there's a new boss and kind of the relationships and the ebb and flow in the office starts to change? You don't want to get caught because someone decides that they've got something on you and they see a better or a different opportunity. So what do you do if you don't heed the caution and you find yourself kind of blending your personal life with your professional life, and all of a sudden there's someone from the office, or maybe more than one person from the office? You're going to baby showers, you're going to weddings, you're going to Friday night potlucks, and all of a sudden you find yourself sharing what's happening in the office during your personal time, and vice versa. And that's where it becomes a super slippery slope. So be realistic about what you truly have in common with that other person, because it may just be the job, and that's okay. But if that's the case, then you don't want that person to cross that boundary into being someone that you share personal secrets with, family issues with, marital problems with, money problems with. The list goes on. And next thing you know, you're working next to someone who knows way too much about you in a situation, a work situation, that neither one of you may control. If you find yourself in that situation, you've got to pull back in any way that you can, whether it's trying to move into a different department, whether it's trying to change your hours, if that's an option. And in worst case scenario, and I've seen it happen too many times, maybe you have too, you have to move on and find another job. It is a slippery slope, but again, the workplace is a bubble, and every bubble is its own ecosystem. And when you branch out of that bubble, you don't bring everything along with you. That's when all the differences start to pop up. Be cautious. It can cost you a promotion. It can cost you a project. It can cost you a sale. It could cost you your business. Look at your professional relationships as professional. They're your colleagues. They're potential mentors. They are not your good friends. There's a lot at stake when you make the decision to cross, and kind of populate your personal life with your professional life. I'd love to hear your comments. My next video is going to be about retirement and what happens to those people you thought you had strong relationships with in the workplace. What happens to those relationships when you retire, when you dramatically cut back your hours? Do those relationships come along with you? Or 9 times out of 10, do you find yourself hurt because someone you thought you had invested in doesn't see it the same way as you do? That's the other downside of forming friendships in the workplace. When one person's schedule changes, they leave the company, they move on, they retire, they are out of work for illness, they find that those relationships don't move along to their new life. I look forward to seeing you on the channel the next time. Smart Women, Smart Conversation. I hope you'll drop a comment and subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate having you as part of our community. Take care. See you next time.